So as you can see with this strategy, I profited $500, 562, but because of broker commission is 507, which is totally fine with me. So how did I do it? The first thing we will need is a indicator, right? This is the first indicator we want. So I go inside indicators, type in the moving average, go to the settings icon, inputs, length of 50, and click OK. Now, once you have this moving average line, this is all you will need from the moving averages, right? So price action wise, as you can see, is trending towards the downside, and it's also trending towards the upside, right? Simple as that. We had a little area zone where it was a resistance over here, support over here, kind of struggled over here, broke through. So it's an area of support and resistance that we want to mark. There could be a potential bounce in around this area zone, right? But the main thing you need to look out for is the 50 moving average. As you can see, the 50 moving average is currently well below the candlesticks, which means it's on a uptrend. Now let's go to the weekly time frame and see what's going on. So the weekly time frame, same thing. Not much has changed. We can just see a little bit more candlesticks. It's trying to retest these previous area zones, but the moving average of 50 is well below the candlesticks, which means it's on a uptrend. So let's go to the daily. Daily, same thing. Moving average well below the candlesticks, trending towards the upside, now reaching the area of resistance that we just talked about. So what did we learn? Monthly, weekly, and daily area zones are currently trending towards the upside. Now let's go to the 4-hourly. Reverse engineer everything. So 4-hourly time frame, as you can see, a nice steep trend towards the upside. The moving average is still well below the candlesticks. It's still on an uptrend, right? So on all time frames we looked at, the 50 moving average is telling us it's trending towards the upside. So what do we want to do? We want to buy this currency pair, right? But where do we buy it? To buy this currency pair, I believe we should use the 1-hourly time frame. This is where it becomes a little bit more complicated, right? So it's trending towards the upside at the moment. And you know that the markets move with a push, exhaustion, push scenario, right? But sometimes they move like this. Push, exhaustion, and then a consolidation with a push towards the upside, breaking the previous area of sensitivity, then coming back to the previous area of sensitivity, which becomes support in here, consolidation once again, and shooting towards the upside with a new higher high. Now we can see this happening multiple times over here. Consolidation, right? Previous consolidation with a push towards the upside over here, bullish engulfing candle. If we just zoom in, you can see it a little bit more clearer. Bullish engulfing candle, new high. This zone was the previous resistance, and multiple times it has been respected, shot towards the downside. However, with this bullish engulfing candle, we can see a push towards the upside. And what happens? Look, push towards the upside, consolidation, right? Consolidation area, breaks through that consolidation area. Once again, a push towards the upside, a consolidation area. Sometimes a push towards the upside and it doesn't really consolidate. Maybe on the lower time frames it did, but I wouldn't count that since the 1-hourly time frame we really want to just concentrate on. So what you want to do is look for other indications of consolidation. So if we have a look over here, the real consolidation is over here, right? So look, pushed, exhaustion is near the moving average. This is where the exhaustion is happening. This is where you will likely be looking for a buying opportunity. So look, push, consolidation, bullish engulfing candle, shoot towards the upside. Continuing consolidation, bullish engulfing candle, shoot towards the upside. Continuing to move down near the moving averages, you know it's currently on a consolidation, on an upwards movement, right? So this upwards movement is likely not going to stop even if it slightly breaks the 50 moving average, and it continues to shoot up. Now, where do we actually enter with this, trading strategy? How do we enter? Well, we will need another indicator. So go inside indicators, type in the stochastic RSI indicator. The settings are default. So if you have inputs 3, 3, 14, 14, these are correct, and these are the ones I used to profit the $500 at the start of this video. Now look, where do we actually want to enter this trade? Since he has been on a consolidation over here, right? Nice consolidation, area of resistance, area of support. It started steeply trending towards the upside. Look at this. Do we enter over here of that break that I told you initially? As you can see, it broke out over here from the consolidation, right? This was the consolidation. It broke out, but look what the stochastic RSI is telling us. It's overbought. So the overbought scenario is likely meaning that a push exhaustion push cycle will happen. So look, push happens, it's overbought, exhaustion happens. This is where we want to enter, on a completion of exhaustion. So since the exhaustion has happened, it's near the moving average. The 50 moving average acts as a support area zone, while this area zone over here, the previous resistance, becomes support as well. So if we just draw this, as you can see, two areas of sensitivity, which now becomes support. As you can see over here, this area zone where the candlestick is pretty much oversold. So what does that mean? Very likely buying orders will come in. And you can see this with, if we just zoom in a little bit, you can see this with a bullish engulfing candlestick. The blue buying candlestick swallowing the seller's candlestick more than likely is going to shoot towards the upside. And what happens next? It shoots towards the upside. More than likely, if you enter this trade as a long, that would be a great trade towards the upside. The way I would do it personally, I would just do maybe 40 to 40, take profit level, or even 30 to 30 stop loss, take profit level. Stop loss should be just below the 50 moving average. So let's say if you entered it here, you need to be aware that the moving average is moving when you enter. So as you can see, it's outside the moving average, which is good. It's 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right? But what I personally do is wait until it reaches our first take profit level, let's say, close 50% off my initial portion, and then carry on riding this trend for more pip gain. So let's say 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Obviously, we closed off half a lot size. If we, let's say, placed one lot size 50%, so 0.50 has been now closed. However, we are still riding the wave towards the upside, then it would have been take profit level. The reason you want your first take profit level to close, because you don't know that whether this area resistance will be respected. As you can see, with a push exhaustion scenario, right, with a bullish engulfing candle, you are entering here for a retest towards the top area of resistance. If the top area of resistance reaches, that's your take profit one level. And then you can move stop loss to entry if you're happy, or you can just ride the wave and see what happens by closing 50% of the trade, right? But what we really want is a retest of this previous area top, shooting towards the upside, push exhaustion, push scenario, and then we ride the wave. We ride the bullish trend towards the upside to maximize our pip gain. That's the way we want to do it. This is the way to trade Forex. Trust me, I've been doing these methods for over 10 years now. It works. Now we cleaned up the chart a little bit. We're on uptrend, right? We are heading towards the upside. As I said, look at this consolidation, right? Previous area of consolidation over here. What we're looking for is some sort of pullback, right? Since the market has been consolidating, although we had a bullish engulfing candle over here and stochastic RSI is telling us it's oversold, I wouldn't probably enter this trade yet because the moving average is quite far away, right? So when the moving average is quite far away, it could mean that the pullback could continue to move down, which could potentially stop you out. And it's not a very good entry as well, because if we long this position, our stop loss would be, as you can see, 77 pips or around 80 pips, because we want the stop loss to be below the moving average in this case. Really, it's not the best entry unless you put your stop loss to 100 pips and then take profit 100 pips, then it would be okay. But if you really want a sniper entry in this case, it wouldn't be sufficient enough, I would say. So what are we actually waiting for? As you can see, it pushes towards the upside, overbought, right? So it continues to move down. Now in this area zone, if we just remove this a little bit, in this area zone over here, it starts being oversold again, right? So more than likely we need to wait for a bullish engulfing candle. So where can we see a bullish engulfing candle? We can see it over here. It's near the 50 moving average. It's oversold. I would enter this trade 9 times out of 10, and it would be a great trade towards the upside. Look at this. Stop loss, maybe 30, take profit 30 as well. As you can see, the stop loss is well below the 50 moving average, which is what we want. It's a nice entry because we wouldn't be risking too much to gain. And as you can see, take profit 1 would have been reached as well. And if we continue to maximize our pip gain, let's say 3-to-1 risk to reward, as you can see, this trade would have went towards the upside, and it did. As you can see, this was the previous stop you would have entered here. So that would be your first take profit, second take profit, and then maybe third, 160 pips, or carry on even going up. Depending what your stop loss is, that's the way I would do it. So 3 times your stop loss, that's the way you should be doing it. Now, in some cases, we're in situations that we are, let's say, consolidating still, right? Pure consolidation over here, right? Bouncing off the 50 moving average. Sometimes candlesticks break out of the 50 moving average, but it continues to move up. This is why you have, these trend lines, your own trend lines. You need to draw your own trend lines plus follow the 50 moving average to be successful. That's a really great tip, but also look at these support area levels. These area levels over here is your support. So this is support, this is resistance. If it hasn't really broken, even if candlesticks now decide to move down and break the 50 moving average, there is a possibility that you could start pulling back towards the upside. So we really need to be careful. On a uptrend, you really want to be aiming to only buy, not sell, because you don't want to get wiped out. You never trade against the trend unless you're a quick scalper. I wouldn't do it. Now, sometimes we're in situations like this with a bullish engulfing candle. However, the stochastic is somewhere in the middle. In some cases, you could do it and potentially profit, some money, but I wouldn't do it because I would be thinking, okay, this is trending towards the downside. As you can see, would have been a squeeze pattern if we entered over here and we didn't see all of these candlesticks. Squeeze pattern, bullish engulfing candle, I wouldn't enter. Too risky. So you want to wait for the best opportunities. As you can see, even if we entered just off the 50 moving average bound with a not very big bullish engulfing candle, although it still swallows the previous bearish candle, I wouldn't really enter. We really want to be only entering when the stochastic is well oversold in a upwards direction and well overbought in a downwards direction. That's the way we want to really enter our trades on. So a simple trading strategy. You saw it, I profited with it. You can too if you apply these trading methods. And if you enjoy my videos and you like my content, leave a like and join our trading group. 350 VIP members, over 2,800 free members, and growing fast. So this is it from me. I'm Elders, Forex Trading Lions. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe and goodbye.